What's going on, everybody? Little short video for you here, unintended, just to kind of tell you what happened yesterday. So, woke up yesterday, had everything packed, ordered an Uber to get to the airport, and my Uber driver was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "Denver." She goes, "Oh, have you checked to see what the flights are like in Denver?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess it's probably snowing, so I should check." So I called, and Denver was like, yeah, your flight's still fine. You're on your flight's this afternoon, so there's no chance that your flight won't make it." So I get to the airport, catch my flight from from Little Rock to Dallas, and I get to Dallas, and my Denver flight was canceled. So at Dallas, I talked to a lady at the desk or whatever, and she was like, "There are no more flights from Denver to Dallas today, so either you wait until tomorrow and catch a flight from here, or you fly somewhere else and try and catch a flight from there to Denver." So I was like, "Okay, well, what are my options?" She goes, "I think you should go to Phoenix, fly to Phoenix, and then catch a flight from Phoenix to Denver either tonight or tomorrow morning, because there are so many. There's just a ton of flights that go from Phoenix to Denver." And then I got on my plane. It's a 3-hour flight to Phoenix. And right when I got to Phoenix, I got off the plane and I talked to the lady and at the desk, and she was like, "No, Denver airport's closed for the rest of the day." And I was like, "Closed and not reopening?" And she said, "Yeah, it's not going to reopen." So she was like, "Your options are to either spend the night here and try and catch a flight tomorrow morning, but they're all booked, or go home and do your trip some other time." I was like, "You can just do that, just like cancel your trip and do it another time?" And she was like, "A lot of people do." So I thought about it, and I was like, "Well, shoot, am I gonna go all the way home and then like have to figure out work and reschedule my job interviews and stuff like that?" It was just so frustrating. So I was actually on the phone talking to my boss about it, and this girl walks up to me, this random girl walks up to me, and she goes, "Hey, you're trying to get to Denver tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "You should come with me. I'm gonna get you a flight to Albuquerque," which is like an hour flight or something like that from Phoenix, "and then she's gonna rent a car and drive from Albuquerque to Denver. It's like 8 hours in the snow at night." She's like, "We'll get there at like 4 a.m., but you'll get to Denver." And I was like, "Actually, I might do that. That sounds like a really fun adventure." So I got her phone number and stuff like that, and I was going to call around and see what they wanted me to do. So eventually, I got a hold of the people that I'm having my job interviews with, and the people that are flying me out for my job interview, like, they're paying for all of this. They're being amazing, and they were just like, "Don't worry about it." They were like, "Go home, go work the next couple days, and then we'll just do your trip to Denver next week, and we'll meet with you next week." I was like, "Wow, y'all are," I mean, they were amazing. They're so accommodating. I'm so excited to meet with these people. This is most likely the job that I'll end up taking. So I ended up rebooking flights, and then there wasn't a flight back to Little Rock for several hours. So I waited in Phoenix Airport for like 8 hours total. Just sat around and like watched TV and slept and stuff like that, and then caught a long flight back here, and then finally got home last night at like 10:30 or something. It was ridiculous. I literally flew or sat in an airport from 7 a.m. until like 11 p.m. It was such a long day, and for nothing. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do any traveling other than sitting in airports. So I rebooked my flight, so now I'm at work today. I went to work this morning. I'm on lunch break right now, and then I'm at work tomorrow and Monday, Tuesday, and then I fly out Wednesday, and I'll be in Denver next week. So it's just like none of this happened in a normal week of work, and then next week's gonna be my trip to Denver. It was so stressful. And then Denver International Airport reopened last night, so there was a chance that I could have gotten a flight last night or this morning, that the people that were working at the airport just completely, had no idea, or like, I mean, I guess they are just giving me their best guess, which is true, but I even said, what if the airport reopens? And they're like, "No, impossible, would never reopen." And it did, so anyway, frustrating. Bright side, I'm still going to Denver next week. My interviews are all still next week. I'm still getting to meet with all the people that I was going to get to see. And so it's like nothing changed. I just got to travel and ride around on airplanes yesterday all day pretty much. Oh, so about to go back to work. I figured I would update you guys. I know some of you were expecting maybe to hang around Denver and see me or something like that. I don't know. It's not this week, next week, guys. So have a good rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Another piece of advice that I have about Grindr is don't get too addicted to it. Like I said, I download it when I travel. I think it's awesome to see who's around you, check out other guys, whatever. But don't get too into it. I remember one